I never wanted to be famous. I just wanted to be great. This quote to me reflect a lot because in the movie he would flash back to his mother saying, "Do not let nothing or nobody turn you into a cripple." I will discuss his early life and education, career, and family dynamic, addiction theories, assessment, intervention barrier, and resource. Ray Charles faced many challenges, including impoverished childhood set in the racial charged South of the 1930s. Witnessed the tragic drama of his younger brother, George, and losing his eyesight at the age of 7 due to glaucoma. He began putting his interest for technical and mechanical things to work in music as a young boy as well, starting with the piano at the local cafe and then more fully developing his musical talent while attending the Florida School for the Deaf and the Blind. At the age of 10, Ray Charles lost his father and then his mother passed away only 5 years later. He was raised by his friends of his parents in Florida and played with various local bands as a young adult. His interest in music also flourished in his childhood, which started with him playing the piano at the local cafe until it was more fully developed into musical talent, many known as love. Ray Charles was married twice. The first marriage to Elaine Williams lasted 1 year, 1951 to 1952. His second marriage to Della Beatrice Howard Robinson, married 1954, lasts 22 years. Della had three children. The marriage ended up due to many extra marital affair and his heroin addiction. Ray Charles had a total of 12 children from 10 different women. Okay. Ray Charles, 57 years in the music industry, sported some 40 albums with hits like What I Say, Georgia on My Mind, Reuben, and hits The Road Jack. Charles earned nicknames like the Road Reverend and the Bishop of Atlanta. His career also included serving as the sportsperson for a major beverage company, Global Civil Rights Initiative invitation to presidential inauguration, acting performance. He won a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and a spot in the Rock Roll Hall of Fame. Through all this, the star was struggling with heroin addiction. In 1948, Ray Charles started using heroin at the age of 18 to cope with his depression that followed his brother's death. Like other people with history of substance abuse, Ray Charles' heroin addiction began with marijuana, commonly referred to as a gateway drug. Charles began a heroin addiction that will span decades during his 10 years. Like other people with substance abuse history, Charles' addiction to the incredible potent drugs, heroin is said to have begun with marijuana known as a common gateway drug. As a young man performing on the piano in the club, Manager are saying to have given his marijuana to a help soothing performance anxiety. Marijuana then crossed over to heroin addiction as Charles became what is typically called today a working addict. In his mid-30s, Charles marked his third arrest for possessing heroin. Although he had been using drugs for more than 2 decades, Charles stated in his 1978 autobiography, Brother Ray Charles owned story, that he said became hooked on women after losing his virginity at 12 years old to a woman about 20. Cigarettes and heroin are the two truly addictive habits I have known. You might add women's, he said. My obsession centered on women did then and does now. I can't leave them alone, he added. Substance use disorder are defined by the DSM-V as a maladaptive use for chemical that occurs over time that impact major life demand and responsibility. The physiological theory, medical model of addiction, and the behavior theory of addiction are important theories in dealing with the complexity of addiction. Both theories seek to understand how claims issues develop. Both theories focus on the underlying behavior. The physiological theory and medical model look at addiction as a disease, while the behavior theory look at addiction as a behavior. Both theories states that addiction is a form of a way for the individual to cope. The, physio- the physiological theories and medical model of addiction is not affected to those who are addicted to a process such as gambling, sex, or sinning, whereas the behavior theories focus on those behaviors. The physiological theories and medical model of addiction encapsulate some portion of behavior theory. Both theories expose the potential fatality of addiction. Okay, there are 6 clinical family addiction assessment phases. Phase 1 is identification phase. Phase 2 is introduction phase. Phase 3, strength assessment phase. Phase 4, addiction history phase. Phase 5, reestablish phase. And phase 6, conclusion phase. The clinical assessment phase can be a painful, hurtful process that can expose hurtful truth about the addicted family members and the pain they have caused other family members. The assessment phase also exposes the strength of addicted family members that they may not know they possess. In the case of Ray Charles, his family member nor Tura family had not input during his inpatient stay. Although the only intervention portrayed in the movie was when Ray Charles was confronted by his wife, Della, about his addiction and the impact it had on his family and now his career because of his multiple arrests. Ray Charles in the movie checked himself into a detox inpatient facility and he went cold turkey, refusing any type of medication to assist with his withdrawal. Potential addiction intervention that I would have liked to have seen, which could have led to long-term prevention of continued drug abuse and kept the family intact, is inpatient program that not only include detox but counseling with family to identify strengths and goals, and this can be accomplished with motivation, interview, and solution-focused family therapy. Outpatient treatment program to continue the process of change that can lead to recovery. I would have liked to see using structured family counseling and cognitive behavior family therapy. Both types of therapy seek to understand how family influence each other. Both counseling methods seek to form a cohesive bond among family members dealing with addiction. Because of the movie consistently went back to Ray Charles' childhood, one intervention I would have liked to see is modified intergenerational family or origin. Modified intergenerational family origin emphasizes the importance of the family origin in early childhood experience of the individual climate and the family system. This experience has shaped defining childhood and adolescent years. Like a family support or commitment, same tour environment, like a follow up from patient, refuses to take any medication, resource, substance abuse, and mental health service administration provide a link to a directory for a local opioid addiction treatment facility, 988 suicide, and crisis text 24/7 for support for people in distress. Attached is a list of local support and treatment facilities.